We were interested in why people are so financially impatient. By financial impatience, I mean the tendency to want an immediate reward right now over a much larger reward where you'd have to wait some time for. We were interested in what are the everyday cues that push us in one direction or the other. We wanted to focus on a cue that would influence people's impatience. And one very pervasive cue in our everyday environments is fast food. And its associations with instant gratification, we were able to show in some laboratory experiments that prompting people to think about eating fast food or just sort of fast food logos made them more impatient. So in one study, we wanted to see whether this affected people in the everyday environment. We simply asked people who are walking down the same street, we presented them with a choice. Either would you like a $5 Amazon gift certificate emailed to you tomorrow, or a $5.25 Amazon gift certificate emailed to you a week from tomorrow? Really pushing people to kind of think about this choice of do they want it right now or later. So what we found was that when people were presented this choice in front of a cheap sit-down diner, about 40% of people said, I want the $5 right now. But that number jumped to 60% when people were presented with that same comparison in front of a McDonald's. So that was sort of one kind of set of evidence that it is that the sort of subtle nudges in our environment are pushing us to be more financially impatient. We then followed up with lots of nationally representative surveys looking at whether the prevalence of fast food in people's everyday neighborhoods was affecting their financial impatience. And we saw a robust effect, not just cross-sectionally in terms of people's financial impatience, but also sort of longitudinally over a decade-long period where we're able to see fast food proliferate in people's kind of zip codes, but also when they move to different zip codes. Well, just an appreciation for how so many different cues in our everyday environment are nudging us in different directions. And so that if we're more aware of this, we can be more thoughtful about the environments we put ourselves in. So for one example is if you want to be more financially patient, it would make, the evidence suggests that choosing to live in a neighborhood that's not constantly bombarding you with cues about instant gratification would be really helpful in that. And when you're making really important decisions that require financial patience, maybe try and do that in an environment that's not surrounded by McDonald's, certainly.